I will be doing a quick tank review for the Swedish Tier 2 Premium Light Tank, the L-60. This light tank, you would have had gotten it for free during the Christmas break when you completed a mission for it. This tank being a premium light tank, you have all of the advantages and disadvantages that a Tier 2 premium light tank does have. This tank, when it comes to the stats of it, it is not that good nor bad. It is just average. As long as you play toward the vehicle's strengths and weaknesses, you can do quite well in this tank. This Swedish light tank, you can train any of the Swedish light tank commander, gunner, and driver in this tank. Let's get into the vehicle stats now. The actual stats, it is not that good nor bad. So, in comparison to the other vehicles at this tier, it's just average. The gun that you will be using is a 20mm magazine-fed gun, which is usable in the Swedish line as well. This gun is a high rate of fire gun, which holds 10 rounds, which you can fire quickly, with a good time delay in between the rounds. 0.3 seconds with a 5-second loading time. So, in theory, you could potentially run out of ammo in a minute with this gun. It has relatively good penetration value, so you can penetrate everything at this tier easily enough. With the low damage rolls, 12 for the average shot. If you can accurately get high rolls and fire all of your rounds into the enemy tank with the 20mm gun here, you can easily finish them off with a single clip. The accuracy isn't not that great. It's pretty bad at 0.48, so if you want to have your entire clip fired into an enemy tank, fully aim in onto the enemy target at a close enough range for you to get the 10 rounds into the enemy tank. Aiming time, it is fantastic at 2 seconds. Turret traverse, it is amazing. It is 46 with good gun traverse. Downward, it is 10. Upward, it is 34 turret elevation. Now, the survivability, it is completely rubbish. Hit points 180, so you can take a few hits before you are killed at this tier. Due to the thin armor, the modules, and the crew members, they can be damaged easily enough. Armor, with it being angled in the front here, and a bit to the side, you can angle a few rounds if you angle the armor well enough. Besides that, expect everything to penetrate your armor. Armor in the front, it is 13 for the whole turret, whole side, 13 for the hull, same thing for the turret. Rear turret 13, hull, rear 7. So, everything can penetrate you easily enough, even machine gun fire at this tier. The mobility, it is pretty good at this tier. You have a 160 horsepower engine, which will give you about a 22 horsepower to 1 ton for this about 7.5 ton tank. So, with 22 horsepower to 1 ton, you can easily reach the 48 kilometer mark when you are on flat terrain, going in a straight line, on flat terrain, or going downhill easily enough. Reverse speed, it is fantastic at 20, so this thing can retreat quickly enough if it have to. So 20 kilometers retreating backwards is pretty good. Same thing for the hull traverse at 47, so the turret and the hull can turn around in a hurry if it must. Concealment at this tier, it is not all that important due to the limited selection of the maps at this tier. When it is staying still, it is 16.5. When it's on the move, it is about 12.5. The vehicle spotting mechanics, it is not that good nor bad. base view range, it is 280. Signal range, it is 290 meters. The view range and signal range, it can be increased even more when you have a good crew in this tank. As a premium tank, you have nothing to research in this tank. With the engine, watch out for the engine fire at 20% for this 160 horsepower engine. Now, I will be covering the consumables, the ammunition, the equipment, and how are you going to be playing the L-60 light tank. Let's begin off with the consumables. Consumables at this tier, you may or may not want to use them, so it is up to you. Consumables, if you are going to be using any, I would go with a small repair kit and a small first aid kit to treat the necessary module and crew member injuries that you will be getting. Now, if you want to have a bit of a permanent bonus when it is not being used at all, so for the permanent bonus for the large repair kit, when it is not being used at all, you get a faster repair speed, which is quite nice, plus 10%. With the large first aid kit not being used, you have a 15% reduction in the crew members getting their injuries. The vehicle carries a lot of ammo, 320 rounds of ammo. For the most part, in a match, you should never run out of ammo in a match with this tank. Due to the high rate of fire of the gun, you could potentially, in theory, run out of ammo in a match, so be careful about that. The main ammo type you will be using, it is regular AP. Regular AP can penetrate everything easily enough. Premium HP, do not touch, as it doesn't help all that much at this tier. It only gives you slightly better penetration value. Besides that, it is up to you if you want to use premium ammunition or not. 400 credit for a single shell or 1 gold. HE, at this tier, most of the tanks, they are semi-armored, so if you want to do a little bit more damage, use HE. It's up to you or not. Besides that, the primary ammo type you will be using, it is armor-piercing rounds. Now, equipment. It is up to you if you want to use any or not. If you want to use any, the pieces of equipment that I will think that will make this tank a little bit more better, go with the enhanced gunning drive to get a better aim time. Vents, improve ventilation class 1, that will improve the tank and the crew performance by a bit. Now, if you want to have a slightly better view range when it is on, it is up to you if you want to use coated optics or not. If you want to have a slightly better repair speed at this tier, you can use the toolbox if you want to or not. Besides that, everything else here is not that usable. As a tier 2 tank, you will have tier 2 matchmaking. That means, for the most part, you can penetrate everything easily enough if you know where to aim the gun at. Now, how are you going to be playing the L-60 light tank? This light tank, it is primarily going to be a front-line light tank. That means you can play quite aggressively in this tank as a front-line light tank, as a support tank, or as a flanking tank. Besides that, this tank excels at doing front-line duties. I have one replay to show you how well you can do in the L-60 light tank. Let's go to that replay now. This replay, I will show you how well you can do in the L-60 when you are playing toward its strengths and weaknesses. This map I am playing on its mitten guard, so I'm going to be using mainly poke out shoot tactics while using the terrain around me to protect myself as a frontline type of light tank. This tank, it uses the 20mm magazine gun here, so as you've seen there, if you want to, in theory, kill a TL 1 or 2 vehicle off quickly enough, you have to fire the entire clip into the enemy tank there. I am trying to angle my armor to the best of my abilities as I poke out. I ricocheted a round off the L-60 gun there. With the vehicle having paper thin armor, as seen here, the crew members, they can be knocked out easily enough. I had the commander, the driver knocked out, but not the aimer. So far I am doing not too bad. 250 damage, some block damage. Once I reload the gun, I try to get as many of the magazine fired into the vehicle there. Due to the angle that I had the vehicle at, one of the L-60 guns had problem penetrating me. That L-60 there, it's keeping me tracked. This is where I am going to die. With doing a reload at this moment, I got killed by the M2 Light. The L-60 would have had killed me as well, and the enemy L-60 to my left there as well. This replay I did not all that good nor bad. I did about 360 damage while blocking about 230 damage. That is not too bad for being a free tier 2 light tank. Let's go to the garage now to do a brief recap on the tank itself. Let's do a brief recap on the tank itself. The tank itself, for being a free premium tank that you would have had gotten during Christmas break, it is not that bad nor good, it's just average. As long as you play toward the vehicle's strengths and weaknesses, you can do quite well in this tank. With this being a freebie premium tank, it is up to you if you want to sell it or not. If you do sell it, you will get some credits and a extra garage slot. This tank, in general, in my opinion, it is on average just like the other freebie premium tanks that Wargaming hand out at this tier. It is not that great nor bad. As long as you play toward the vehicle's strengths and weaknesses, you can do quite well in this tank. I hope that you learn a thing or two about the L-60 and how to use it properly. If you like this video, leave a comment, a like, and even follow my channel as well. Have a good day, everyone.